Hi, I'm Alistair, and in this video we'll be building on tutorial 1 by showing how to add user input and manipulate data in a workflow. So we're just going to start off with the BPMN from tutorial 1. We're just going to move this simple script to the right here just to give us some space and drag in an empty task to the left here. If we then click the spanner, we can change this to be a user task. I'm just going to name this user form. Now in the properties panel on the right here, you can also see there's this web form. If we expand this option here, we can see that there's an option to launch the editor. This is the JSON Schema Form Editor, and if we add an element here, we can see it gets reflected at the bottom. This form preview is used to show how the form will appear to the user, either in the designer while debugging, or the front end for our complex data analysis service. Again, this service won't be covered in these tutorials, but more information is available on our website. For now, we'll just expand this element and change the object's name to script input value. And the display name also to script input value. This is the object name, so this is what it will come out as in the data. And this is how it's shown in the form, as you can see below. And we can just change this to be a value used by the subsequent script. This description is also shown in the form preview here. And we'll change the input type to integer. Now, if we save this, we can see in the right here in this box the schema for that form. Now we will click the canvas background and change this to be tutorial 2. If we now save it, I'm going to save it in my workflows directory. And now we can run it. And as you can see, the start event's completed, and now we're getting the user input. And at the bottom left here is the form that we created. If we choose script input value to be 10 and send it to Dedoctive, we can now see it's gone all the way through. If we click on, for example, the start event here, you'll see that the task data is just the workflow mode. However, if we click the simple script, we can see the task data is now form data, dedoctive configuration, and result. So the form data is whatever's inputted into the user form, and this will always be a dictionary named form data. If we expand this, we can see that script input value is 10, which we entered earlier. Dedoctive configuration is also something used for our data analysis service, so we won't worry about that for now. That's all good getting the user input, however, we're not actually using it. So now we can go into the simple script and modify this script. If we change this to be times form data dot get script input value 0. What this is doing is getting the form data from the task data, and as it's a dictionary, it's getting the value of script input value. And this is just a default of 0. If we save this and run it, we can see that in simple script now, result is 420. So what's happening here is the user form is being executed. The user enters an input, in this case 10. This is put in form data, script input value. Then in the simple script, we're getting that form data and getting the script input value and timesing it by 42. And that's getting this result. So that's all for tutorial 2. In the next one, I'll show you how to add an LLM agent, which can call MCP tools.